Alrighty, folks, it's that time again. Let's go grind some agility. And I think this might be the final agility grind for a while. I think once I get this graceful outfit, I'm going to feel very much okay. 30% extra run energy regen is a very large number to me. I am looking forward to having that, and I'm not going to feel very stressed out to go the rest of the way to 68 agility or 70 agility. I'm guessing once we have the graceful outfit, the next time I'll touch agility is when we need it for a prerequisite, or if we come really far down the line and it's just like, you know what, I want to level it again because we haven't done it in days or weeks or months. So without further ado, off we go. If I'm able to stay quiet, if nothing interesting happens, maybe I can do a second round of speeding up on this video and just do it to 32x. If you're this far ahead, I don't know, I haven't gotten around to editing the Falador agility course videos yet as of this recording, so I don't know how bad that's going to be, because I don't think I talk very much during that. I just kind of zen watch JoJo and don't pay attention to it. So it may be that the Falador agility course video was already at like 32x speed or faster. We'll see if this ends up being there too. We'll see you next time a random event pops up, or when I leave temporarily to go pick up my pants when I get to 60 Marks of Grace. See you later. Hey, what is this? That is a helmet. Hope you like your present. It must have been gold, because I don't see anything. Just turning the game audio down a little bit for this course in particular, since it's likely almost entirely going to be fast-forwarded. I like the music in this game a lot, but I'm trying to multitask over here, and the song gets pretty loud with the horn fanfare. Hey, it's a genie! Oh, no, it was someone else's genie. Womp womp. It happened to cloud into existence the moment I landed on the platform. I got kind of excited. 55 Marks of Grace. I'm going to start trying to call out whenever we get to multiples of 5. Those are nice little touchstones without having to stop constantly for every mark. 5 more. 5 more to get the pants. We will take a break to go grab the pants, and we'll come back, finish the remaining 35 for the hood. Hey, 60 Marks of Grace. It's interesting having a goal that doesn't have a fanfare noise. I'm so used to it being associated with music, either from completing Slayer tasks or from completing level ups. But now that we're at 60, we're going to take a short break, go cash that in, and then we'll come back and continue to try to get the last 35. Reading about this challenge, I think it requires thievery, right? Yes, actually, what have you got? Train your thieving skill to at least 50. Okay. I do want to do that eventually. That seems fun. What can I do for you? Special clothing for agility enthusiasts. Alright, we got the pants. Get hype. One more piece. 25 or 35 Marks of Grace to get it. And then we are done with agility for a while. Until I feel like doing it again. I'm still not sure if I'm going to get... let's see, I need 5 more levels of agility to get to the quest soft cap that I was describing. And I need 35 Marks of Grace. I think we're going to get the Marks of Grace before the level. Before we get 5 levels, but I don't remember the general rate of earning them. We'll find out. Let's get back to the fast forward. Hey, I totally missed it because I was zenned out. 64 agility, and we only got 1 Mark of Grace after coming back with the pants, so that's a huge bummer. Maybe we will hit 68 before we get all the marks. So to give you a sense of timing, I just now uploaded episode 3, which, if you're this far, if you're watching this, this was the one where I was doing the Canifist Agility course, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh my god, this needs to be faster, because 16x speed up is not enough for agility course running. It's great for like farming mobs, because I usually have enough to talk about in between laps, but I'm just looking at the time remaining. I went on YouTube and I set the playback speed to 2x. If you haven't already figured out that trick, maybe you've bailed from videos by this point. Anyway, I have not edited episode 4 yet, so if you're watching this, you've already seen episode 4 and 5, and what number are we on? Whatever. But now I know that when I get to episode 4, if I do an agility course or something like this that has a really long period of sustained grinding when I have no talking, I need to go back and process it again and speed it up again. I guess, let's talk about something, right? Because there's nothing to talk about during agility. Video editing, how I'm doing this. So, the software I'm using is called Sony Vegas Pro, which runs for about $400. I ended up getting it on a Humble Bundle for like $20 or something. Really good software. No reason for me to pay for anything more expensive than that, like Adobe Premiere. Because it does everything I needed to do. The one thing it does not do, it does not let me speed up a clip faster than 4 times. If I want to make it go faster than 4 times, I have to split everything in the video. So what I do is I go into edit it, I look for parts where I'm quiet, and I mark those. I split the video into different clips based on sections that are quiet versus sections that have me talking, right? So I have to split everything. I have to then fast forward all of the quiet sections by the maximum amount, 4x. Do that. That takes me a couple hours. Save the video file, render it, import the rendered file back into Sony Vegas Pro, find all of those splits again, speed them up another 4 times, so 4 times 4 is 16, and render it. What I'm learning, that takes a really long time. What I'm learning here is that for agility courses and maybe for the other grinding stuff like magic grinding earlier, there were a couple of those Slayer tasks where I was just in the zone fighting ogres without talking for a very long time. I will need to do it to 16x, and then I'll need to render it, put it back in, and speed it up by another factor of 4, getting it to 64x, which hopefully is visible. If it's 64x, then 1 second is less than a frame. 1 frame is less than a second. Anyway, I'll play around with it. I guess we're lucky that I'm doing this now and I'm watching this video now, because otherwise I would have made the same mistake for like episode 4, 5, and 6, and made the same mistake for grinding magic and that sort of thing. So I feel like what I can probably do, when I speed up the video, when I look in my timeline in Vegas Pro, after I've sped it up twice, the clips that were fairly short that I sped up are basically invisible. Like, they're so short now that I can barely make out that they were a gap. So what I can do is, after I've done 2 rounds of speed ups and it's at 16x, if I still see a really long section that's quiet, I can probably guess, hey, I bet that's agility, I bet that's something boring. I'll speed that up 1 more time and just leave everything else in the video at 16. So it's not too fast for interesting combat where we're looking for drops and learning about mechanics, but it's fast enough for miserable stuff like this. Also, holy shit, 24 laps and we've gotten 2 marks of grace. I really hope that RNGesus remembers that. Gambler's fallacy, right? We had a really bad luck streak, so that means that a good luck streak has to be on the way. Alright, I'm shutting up again. Enjoy what's probably going to be a 64x speed up here. Hey, we got a random event. Private melee, attention. Recommended for my core. Do you think you can be the best? No one ever was. Sir, yes, sir. Follow my orders, and you may leave here in a fit state for my core. Get on that mat and give me sit-ups, Private. Give me sit-ups. Jog on that map. Oh, the signs change every time, I see. Star jumps. Is that what they call it in the UK? They always call those jumping jacks. Sit-ups. Oh, there's a demon man in like combat fatigues. Give me sit-ups. This is funny. Bobby, you actually did it. Take this and get out of my sight. Okay, what'd you give me? Ooh, something that wasn't just money. Camo top? Right on. Oh man, see why this game doesn't have transmogging as far as I can tell. Examine camo top. Oh, examine what? I get it. That's funny. Alright. Back to grinding. Actually going to take a quick break to grab something to drink and something to eat, and then we'll be back with this. Alright, I'm back from taking my break. Let's keep going. While I was taking my break, I finished watching the end. I was talking about how we were, editing episode 3 and uploading episode 3. I finished watching episode 3, and I'm like, these gaps are too long. The Canopus agility course is nowhere near as bad as the Falador agility course, and there were still really long sections of just complete dead air because it was nothing but doing the loop. So I went ahead and moved the video to unlisted. I'm now re-rendering it, or I will be re-rendering it tonight. Unfortunately, rendering video uses 100% of my CPU, so I can't do it while I'm recording RuneScape. I can't do it while I'm streaming, so it has to be something that happens while I'm asleep. Rendering episode 3 originally took about 7 hours. It's probably going to take another 7 hours tonight to speed it up again. But we're going to re-upload it. This time the really long sections are going to be at 64x speed. And this is no surprise to you because you're already watching me do the Sears Village course, where we've been doing 60x speed for a minute. In fact, maybe by the time we get to the Falador course, we start doing even faster than that. It turns out I was worried the reason I didn't want to do 60x speed was because if I'd have to do an entire third loop, it would take me a ton of time to edit it a third time. But it turns out it wasn't that much trouble. If I just load the file, the rendered file that's at 16x speed back into my video editing software, there's only a few sections that are that long. The very first time I do splits, I have to fast forward every time that I'm not talking. That takes hours. But this last round only took me like 5 minutes or so to do the last round to speed up. So it's just going to be the rendering that's going to suck. Anyway, God forbid we ever take a skill to like, I don't know, 90? I think 92 is the halfway point to 99. God forbid we ever do that, because if we do, we'll probably need to use 128x or 256x speed. Alright. Enjoy the fast forward again. I have to remember this collect button if I right-click on the banker, that I can get everything that's currently sold at the Grand Exchange or bought in the Grand Exchange without having to go back to Varrock. Because now that I have so many teleports, it's not that big of a deal to go to Varrock and get back to where I was. I think one of the longest trips in the game was probably to that ogre battle south of Yanil. But other than that, we're kind of golden right now. That is 10 marks of grace. 25 more until we're done. So it's interesting now because I'm mostly orienting my dopamine loop around marks of grace now instead of XP. And those happen, well, I don't know, each Mark of Grace being 1 out of 35 of the way to being done feels a lot more impactful than each lap being... Is it 1% now? It might be 1%. I'll watch this lap and see how much XP it counts for. Interestingly, the Sears lap, at least at this point, is still way more efficient per hour than Falador was at the same level range. So it's like, people keep saying, oh, you know, the XP curve is nuts in RuneScape, and I'm sure that that's like mostly noticeable at the very end, the top end, and like 80 plus. But at least for agility so far, like the rate of XP gain is pretty consistent. Pretty consistently raising at the same rate that the XP curve is, getting more difficult, starting at around 40. It's been a consistent 40 to 60 minutes per level ever since Canifus, I would say. Now, early on, that's not true, obviously. Like, what was it? The Al-Khari Desert Course was like 6 minutes per level. Those were good days. I feel like, for me, 30 minutes is a great... Like, that is perfect for me. If it takes 30 minutes to get one level in a skill, I think that's appropriate. Once you start pushing an hour, I start to get a little anxious. At least, maybe the best way I can put it is that if it's going to be an hour per skill up, there damn well better be a chance of something interesting happening during it. So, like, I think if I'm doing Slayer tasks, those will almost always be fun to me, even if it's taking me, you know, hours to level up magic in the process or hours to get the Slayer level, because I know there's a finite number of enemies to kill before I switch to a new one. I have no idea what the new one's going to be. The new one could have crazy drops, that sort of a thing. Oh, speaking of which, I completely forgot about that medium clue scroll we got. So I think what I said was, we'll try the medium clue scroll to take a break from agility when we get close to finishing the graceful outfit. So I think what we'll do is I will keep doing laps until I hit 65 agility. We're at 58% now, so it shouldn't be too bad. And then at 65 agility, we will take a break from this to see if I can do that medium clue scroll. I'm going to go ahead and grab it out of my inventory or out of my bank so I can start Googling to make sure that it's something that I can actually reach. And we'll keep going. And I wish I had enough knowledge of this game to be able to solve clue scrolls myself, because I'm like looking up this one we're doing right now. And I guess this thing that pops up, let me see if I can press it here. That's a cipher. And I love cipher puzzles. They're super fun to me. So you know enough about the game, you might try for captain, or you could probably figure out the vowels, right? Anyway. So I'm sitting over here, just thinking about magic, thinking about the spells that I have. Some of the weirder ones like Bones to Bananas. And I remember that I had these enchant spells that when I unlocked them I never bothered to like figure out exactly how they worked. So I'm doing some research on the wiki right now, only for the spells that I already have. I'm not going to look ahead at enchants that I haven't unlocked yet. I looked at like level 1 enchants, for example. It looks like a lot of them are charge based. So I'll just give my comments on all the items. The Ring of Recoil makes you do like thorns damage and breaks eventually, which doesn't sound super great to me. The Game's Necklace lets you teleport around the game world, which is actually probably useful. The Bracelet of Clay lets you mine soft clay, which maybe is useful. I'm not that far in mining yet. The Amulet of Magic is something that I might want to like prioritize crafting. It gives you a plus 10 magic attack bonus. That's why I was looking at my amulet stats earlier. My current one is Magic 1, Prayer 1. Magic 10 would be really nice if that's going to significantly improve my chance to hit. Ring of Pursuit has something to do with hunting. I haven't touched hunting yet, so I didn't read it. Expeditious Bracelet is the reason that I'm talking, because it's interesting to me. I guess you make an Expeditious Bracelet and you equip it, and it makes it so every Slayer kill you get counts as 2. So I feel like that's one that, if I keep trying to go for this rune pouch from Slayer reward points, I am absolutely going to have to make a bunch of those. So at some point I might try to figure out what it's going to require for me to do that. The last two, let's see, Dodging Necklace and Amulet of Bounty. I didn't actually read these yet. 25% chance to avoid being stunned while pickpocketing NPCs. Oh. That seems pretty good. Okay, so it's probably something that I want. Man, leveling magic early. This is really interesting to me because like leveling agility early feels like it was a super obvious do this now because it's going to make almost every skill in the game easier to level. And magic, I was like, well, I want to do magic because teleporting isn't going to accomplish the same thing. I'm not going to have to travel between so many places. And if I teleport to Varrock, I keep all of the energy that I would have spent running to Varrock, right? But I didn't really think about how, like, superheat item and high-level alchemy and these enchant spells could make other skills easier to level, too. So I'm kind of excited by that. I am tempted, once we start doing other skills, to really pay attention to this list of enchants and make sure that we're making plenty of the relevant enchants. So I might, next time we go to level Slayer, I might want to make tons of the Expeditious Bracers. The next time we try Thievery, I might want to make a bunch of these dodging necklaces. That sort of a thing. I'm going to keep reading through this list, though. I probably will just skip over ones that aren't interesting, but I'll make a list of the ones that I'm interested in making with the enchant skills that I already have access to, and then we'll unmute and talk about it here in a sec. Got a sandwich lady just spawned. See if she ports over to me here. Sometimes struggle with it. There we go. Free triangle sandwich, hooray! Alright, this is Mark of Grace number 15. Just 20 to go. We're not quite halfway there, but we'll be there soon. And we're also at 84% XP to 65 before we go check out this medium blue scroll to kind of take a break from agility for a sec. Okay, so I'm reading through all these enchants that I have access to. One of them is a ring that sends you to your respawn point, which I thought was always going to be Lumbridge, but apparently it's not. You can change where you respawn. So I think I want to do that because Lumbridge is trash. It's so far away from the bank, and you have to climb up all those stairs. Let's see if I can find a better place to go. It seems like Camelot's pretty good. And the best one is Edgeville, because you can get right over to the Grand Exchange via the agility shortcut. And it's also really close to a bank. But you have to pay 5 million coins in order to get that. That's... holy crap. So I don't think I'm ever going to craft that ring, but I'm interested now at some point in looking into changing the spawn point to be closer to a bank. It's the final lap for 65 agility, which is quite exciting, because I have weird appreciation for base 10 number systems, so getting to 65 is somehow more interesting than 64 or 66, I don't know. And we also got the 18th Mark of Grace, which means we're now officially more than halfway to completing the Graceful outfit. It is basically certain that we will complete the Graceful outfit before hitting 68 agility, which means I won't feel compelled to finish 68 agility. We'll at least be 65, though. That's a pretty big number. Here it is. Your agility level is now 65. Now use a temple on the Salve to Mauritania. An easy Revenant Cave. Oh, that's cool. What's the temple on the Salve to Mauritania? Maybe that one? Oh... I mean, it would be nuts, but I wonder if you can use that to get to Mauritania without doing the Priest in Peril quest. And I guess that's nice, because that means if I have to walk to Canifis, I don't have to go all the way through the basement and go past Drezel and all that. Right on. Oh, by force of habit, I did another lap. I'll finish it, and then we'll go do this medium clue scroll. Okay, medium clue scroll. I believe it involves going to Port Sarum, which is south of Falador, so let's work to Falador. I am going to a new area, so I should probably play it safe and deposit some shit. Let's pop by the bank really quickly. Actually, I don't have very much stuff to bank. Sandwich and the Marks of Grace. Okay. So this is interesting. I was considering, like, now that I've got 65 agility instead of 60 agility, how much of a change is that in terms of energy regen? I guess at 60 agility, you have 3.33 seconds per 1% energy restored. At 66, it's 3.158. So, like, 0.2 seconds, which isn't enormous. But having the graceful set at 66 agility gets us down to a nice even 2.5 seconds per energy point restored. That seems like that's pretty good. I'm assuming it's impossible to ever get to a point where you have infinite energy, like even if you were 99 with the graceful set equipped. But it looks like having the graceful set on is equivalent to what level? Equivalent to like level 96. Okay. So yeah, graceful set is a big deal to finish. I mean, you could argue, well, you could be level 96 and have the graceful set, right? But let's not be crazy. Oh, I super overshot Port Serum. Sorry. You must complete the medium tier of the Lumbridge and Draenor Diary to use the shortcut. What? Nani? Like, barely saves any time. Cloud Agility was the one and only way. Very well. Ooh, there's an item there that I can high alchemy for cheaper. I'll get more money than I would get from the nature rune. Oh god. Yeah, let's get all these. Okay, this doesn't take a sec. Oh, never mind. It was for the whole stack. I'm like, we're about to be rich and get so much magic XP. Not so much. Alright, I think there's probably a bank on the other side. I may drop these eventually, we'll see. Need to have completed the Plague City quest to use this spell. Well, dang, I didn't know that was a thing. Alright, well, Camelot's not far from there. I mean, it is far from there, but I can make the trip, is what I should say. Maybe I should think about doing that quest if we get to like a smithing or a mining step that requires it. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know that I can cut across the zoo instead of walking all the way through it. I'm suddenly worried that there might be a quest I need to do to get in here. Look it up. Tree Gnome Village. Tree Gnome Village location. I have to start from the opposite side, it looks like. Looks like I can get in though, so that's good. Tree gnomes have been hunted for fun since as long as I can remember. Main threat nowadays is General Khazard's troops. They know no mercy. They're very dense. Never find their way through our maze. Have fun. Okay, I guess once you complete some quests, he lets you through the maze himself. Gotcha. The perspective in this maze makes it a little bit tricky to work your way through. You can't tell if something is a wall or not. Interesting. I wonder if the safe path is, I was about to ask, I wonder if the safe path, the correct path means not running into any enemies and like actual dangerous enemies. That appears to not be the case. Wait a sec on run energy so I can get past these giants here. I thought that ladder into the dungeon was like a block that I had to get through the dungeon to get out here. I guess that's not the case. That whole maze to get into the gnome village feels very D&D. So a lot of this game feels like you're playing a tabletop RPG with a goofy DM. Congratulations, human. King has given you another clue scroll. Goblet's odd toes. Otto God blessed. Oh, that's weird. Otto's grotto south of the Barbarian Outpost. Barbarian Outpost is... which one is that? That one. Okay. I think it's Camelot again. Otto's grotto, right there. I may have talked to that guy before. He's the dude that teaches you about barbarian fishing. And it's been a long time. I think we had to go through the past the fishing guild and around this way to get up to the barbarian outpost. I'll give that a shot. Okay, so wow, that's cool. Didn't know that clue scrolls could give you gear. I guess I had no idea what clue scrolls could give you at all. I just heard that medium clues are pretty decent. So this gave me an adamant full helm, which now I'm not going to have to craft or smith. So I think smithing for adamant gear is like 80? 90? It's pretty nuts. Very exciting though, that's pretty cool. Ancient page. Holy shit. Made it a medium treasure show. The treasure's worth around 199,000 coins. What even is that? I should figure out what that is. Hold up. Ancient page. I guess I should deposit it. I do not know why it's so friggin' expensive. There must be like a diary or an achievement or something that improves. Oh my god, the admin full helm is only worth 1,800 gold? Huh, I guess people must skip adamant gear. This is an interesting game, the way its economy works. Alright, well, that's cool. I'll deposit what we got here. Keep it in the bank in case we are in an emergency and need to sell something. So, doing that clue is definitely less money than I would have gotten spending the same amount of time collecting swamp toads, but significantly more fun, significantly more interesting content than swamp toads. So let's put this shit away for now. And I don't have a ton of time left because I gotta prep for the live stream here soon, but we'll do a few more laps. Let me reset my XP things here. Okay. 72 laps left, it says. Yeah. I think it's just that the XP curve starts to get nuts before you get to the next agility course, since you only get to do an agility course every 10 levels. Although I suppose that's going to change, right? Once I have the graceful outfit, I don't need marks of grace anymore, so I could potentially try out other courses, which maybe I'll try to do. We'll see. But to that end, tough shit. There aren't any courses between 60 and 70 anyway. It's 20 marks of grace, just 15 to go, and we're done with the grind. So I think the plan will be whatever level we're partway through with agility, we'll go ahead and finish once we get to 35 marks of grace. But other than that, we'll leave it alone for a while. I might think about doing what we were doing earlier, which is just every day doing one level, and to see how long that's tolerable. We're going to have to hit a wall at some point where it's not anymore, but we'll see. $25 marks of grace. This is really exciting. We're going to finish the graceful outfit way faster than I thought we were going to. I thought we'd have an entire episode of just Sears Village rooftop agility courses, but we might even finish it. I guess we'll see, but we might even finish it before hitting 66. Which would be nice that we can just finish off 66 and go live our lives. Because I guess 66 is when having the graceful outfit puts you at 2.5 seconds to get an energy back. And then after that, we're free from agility, and I wouldn't say free from magic. I actually like skilling magic. We can do something new, basically. We can go do mining and smithing, see how it is, and then have grinding monsters for mithril gear as a backup in case smithing is too brutal. Alright, gonna take a break. Be back later to wrap up this grind and get started on something new. Alright, it's time. Let's finish agility and then do something else. I'm more pumped than you can imagine because we are so close. We need 9 more marks of grace, and I'll probably go ahead and get 66 agility while we're at it. So we'll see you in a bit. And then get ready for some mining and smithing, probably. Let's do our countdown. 8 more to go. Seven to go. We're in a long dry streak, though. It's super annoying. Six more. Here's number 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 more. Four more to go. It's driving me nuts. The game knows how close we are. They're not giving me the drops. I'm not going to finish 67 because we're going to be just barely into 67 when we finally get it. Okay, there we go. 3 more to go. Just 2 more? Here it is. Here it's not. 11 XP left. Are you kidding me? Here it comes for real this time. 66 agility. That's 2/3 of the way to 99, right? Very cool. Alright, but we're not really done. I'm much more excited about the graceful set than I am about 66. We got 2 more marks of grace. We're not going to push to 67, but we are going to run until we get 1 more after this one. We're so close. Oh, and I've got a random event. Oh, we've done this one before. We'll just do it. That went significantly better than last time. 1 more mark of grace. I'm just waiting for that green to turn red. I'm just waiting. Just 1 more. I'm particularly excited to not have to do rooftop courses anymore. Although, now I'm thinking I'm going to be terrified if I ever lose this set. I don't know if I could deal with it. The effort to get it back would be enormous. I'll have to be super careful with it. Only use it in safe areas. Never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, bring it into an instance. This is nuts, though. We've done as many as 20 laps before without getting one. So, please don't be mean to me on the last one, guys. Just make it happen. Just give it to us. I don't know what happened in the music there for a second. It just kind of cuts out sometimes. Maybe it was a bug related to the claw minigame? I don't know. Oh, it must be, because I think this part of the map is... the music is glitched. Weird. I bet if I reloaded or teleported, it would be fine. God, just give me the... just give me the thing. Just give me the thing. We started out, we needed 9. It's been 49 minutes. 1 per 7 minutes? I've never been this on the edge of my seat in this game before. Other than that time we almost died in the Edgeville dungeon. Or that time we almost died in the high-level part of the wilderness. Which I think, in retrospect, I think we did that with this set. Got down to like 1 hit point. Didn't realize we couldn't warp out from that side. Nope. Yes, every time I click green, I'm like, is it going to be there? It's supposed to be every 3 to 4 laps. It's been 10 laps. Just give us one. Just one. We're so close to being done. I have 12% of the way to 67. We're not doing 67. Not today. I might still do 1 level a day. I can tolerate that, but I want the 30% run speed. I want it so bad. 1 energy per 2.5 seconds. I want it. The game's telling me I can't have it. Alright, it's just becoming comical now. It's like, it knows. It has to know. I see red. I see red. Oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, it's so mean. I'm almost at 20% of the way to 67 for 1 Mark of Grace. I'm supposed to get 1 every 3 to 4 laps, and I'm getting it on lap 15. If I fall again, I swear to God. I see my pizza. My roof pizza. You can click take. I just can't, I'm not there yet. Come on. Lazy roof pizza where someone just sprinkled some sauce on the top of it. But there it is. The last one. This is everything. Nice. Oh. It's over for now. This is what I set out. I think I said this during the live stream when we were playing it blind. As soon as we found out what agility did, like, I need to grind that to max as soon as possible. Now, we're using a very liberal definition of the word max, but I don't care. Let me go get this thing that I'm super, super, super happy about. It'll be a short walk, and we'll enjoy having a full set. And then, at last, we can do something that's not agility or magic. For the first time in, like, 60 hours. Once I'm done with this, I should figure out exactly how much time we spent on agility. Let's see, we got how much XP? 506,238 to 66. It's not quite good enough. We do technically still need 2 more levels in order to just soft cap, and I'm using soft cap to mean reach the highest requirement for a quest. But we can do that over the next couple days, just as 1 lap at a time. Of course, we're going to run out of run energy and have to walk the rest of the way there. It's alright, it'll be a good test of the new set. Just need to make sure I don't misclick and, like, accidentally buy a piece that I already own. Okay, moment of truth. Graceful hood. Buy 1 graceful hood. Yes. Yes. Oh, it regenerates so fast now. Let's watch, hold on. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4. Nice. It's over. It's done. Okay. I don't know what to do now. Well, I do know what to do now. Now it is time to do smithing and mining. So I actually haven't researched either of these at all. I'm going to start just by doing what I know, which is the mining yard southeast of Lumbridge. Except I'll be bringing materials to teleport and materials to superheat. So I think we're going to try to get mining and smithing to 10. I guess mining's at 10. Let's call it 15 maybe. I'll start reading the skill guide, and then I might do a little bit of Googling just to see if there's like a particularly good mining patch that's near a bank. For whatever tier of materials that I should be making. Okay, looks like we can do bluerite ore. I have no idea where that is. And limestone. And then at 15 we can do iron ore. Smithing guide. 15 we can do iron ore. So let's make it a go. Well, okay, we need to do bronze up to 8. Oh, but I have to do knight's sword. Huh. I guess I could just push it with bronze and skip bluerite. My thing is, I'm concerned. I want to avoid doing too many quests at very low levels on skills, because they tend to give you so much XP that you skip a lot of the levels where you're getting lots of little dopamine hits. Okay, so I think we're going to do bronze. We'll smelt all of it while we're out there, and then we'll get to 15 smithing that way, and then we'll try to find a mine to do iron in, and that will involve some Googling, but I think I know what I'm doing up until that point. Let me make sure that I have all my resources for teleport, Lumbridge, earth runes, and superheat is fire runes and nature runes. Okay. Seriously, mithril and adamantite all the way down here? Today I learned. What do I do? Coal? 30. Okay. Oh, my bad. It's the other mining place on the other side of the river. We'll head over there now. So many shortcuts that aren't the shortcuts I expect them to be. Here it is. And we made it with energy to spare too. Oof. Nice. That does give both magic and smithing XP. That's so cool. I love it. Such a time save. Mining 11. Very good. Gotta get used to getting fast levels again. Smithing 7 begins. Bronze full helms and bronze throwing knives. Yeah, I might want to mix in some fletching while we're doing this, because I'll be making the arrowheads. I'll probably have to go out and do a little bit of woodcutting to get the shafts for it, but I'd like to burn through all of those thousands of feathers that I farmed early on, right? Mining level 12. God, I wish I had a rune pouch. Oh, I could have an empty inventory. Alright, in order to make mining better, I need to go get Slayer to 75. No. This is nice, though. It's like pseudo AFK. In a way, it's almost worse to put too much of your attention on this one. Mining 13. Getting close to that 15 to do iron. Smithing's gonna have to catch up, though. It's gonna take a while, I think. Alright, so I'm thinking now, I do want to do quests. I don't want to say no quests ever, especially quests that give XP for these sorts of things. I just like don't want to do one quest and blow through all of the early levels. I wouldn't mind like blowing through, I don't know, 30 to 40 or something. So here's the short-term goal. When we get to level 30 mining and smithing, which history has shown getting to the 30 is usually not that big of a deal, I will then pull up a guide to find all of the quests that require or give XP to mining and smithing in that range, and just try to do all of them. Just as a change of pace, and then we'll get back to grinding it. I think that will be very fun. I love being able to smelt out here. I didn't even think about that when we first set this up. I'm like, I'm going to do magic because magic gets us teleports, and teleports are convenient. Did not consider... Didn't even know it was a spell, to be honest, or that it gave like it doesn't give bad magic XP. Holy shit! We might get some magic level ups from this, as goofy as that is. Also, having superheat item allows us to get away with leaving with an odd number of slots. So I can drop one of these bars, mine the other thing, pick it back up. Let's deposit and do all that all over again. Oh man, oh geez. Oh golly god. We're already back. I love it. Looking at my gear upgrades here. See if I can make the black pickaxe. I assume that's a smithing recipe. I don't know what goes into it though. I might have to Google it elsewhere. Maybe it's a drop. I'd definitely make a steel one, right? Oh, mining gloves. Should look into what that is too. 14 mining. When we get to 15, I'm going to take a break and see if I can get smithing, how high I can get it. So I'd like to do iron as soon as possible for mining. Alright, so I just googled mining gloves. It looks like they're pretty useful. It involves mining in a specific area though, and at the lowest possible ore is iron. So yeah, we definitely want to try to get smithing to 15 as soon as possible. And spend as little time here as we can, so we can get as many of those procs we need for the mining gloves as humanly possible. Oh, never mind. Mining gloves require level 60 mining to enter. That's so weird. Alright, I won't stress about finishing this place then. Trying to get to iron as fast as possible. Must be like the fishing guild, which has a level restriction to enter. Okay, well, we're not doing that. Let's look into some of the other options here. Black pickaxe. What the hell is that? Beginner and easy treasure trails. Oh, I do have a beginner and easy clue scroll. I should do those. It wouldn't be that big of a deal to do them with all this agility and teleport power, right? A 1 in 36 chance. Well, I have one. I'll try it. That's smithing 8. Getting there. Slowly but surely, it's happening. And a really good amount of magic XP. Oh my goodness. I was not expecting it to give magic XP, or if it was, I was not expecting it to give a significant amount of it. Mining 15. Can now mine iron. Fantastic. Okay, I'm trying to plan ahead here. Looks like we do get access to a mithril pickaxe, but this is the problem that we've already discussed at length, right? About needing to have like 60 smithing to make mithril stuff. So I went ahead and I looked up where to get a mithril pickaxe, and it looks like there's one that drops in a dungeon that we visited from like a level 50-ish enemy. And we're level 48.8. So that'll be a fun way to break things up. We'll try to get new pickaxes and other mining-related gear as we level from combat. So we'll take the old mage set out to this dungeon and see if we can farm it up. Let me take a look, though, just so I can plan as far ahead as possible. Mithril pickaxe is 21, adamant is 31, rune is 41, gilded is 41, dragon is 61. Okay, so I'm going to start looking into where we can get most of those, because smithing them is not going to happen, I assume. Mining 16. Okay, never mind. It looks like I can buy all the pickaxes trivially and cheaply from an NPC that I can get to right now. So I'm fine with buying things from regular shops. It's the grand exchange I'm concerned with, and we'll go ahead and do that then. I think I'll wait until... Let me think here. There is an anvil somewhere here, right? Isn't there? Yeah, due north. There's just not a forge was the problem. I should have enough money to just buy all the pickaxes so we're ready to swap to them. I don't know if there's upgraded gear for... Oh wait, is it a furnace but no anvil? Is that the problem? Oh, that's a bummer. Well, I'm sure I can teleport somewhere near an anvil. Let's see. Definitely one in Varrock. Not too long of a walk from the warp point. What are my other options? Varrock I can go to right now, right? I can also go to Camelot. Just do Varrock. East and then north, looks like. To get the hang of this eventually. Varrock's going to be my port spot. I'll check Camelot too. As far as I know, an anvil's an anvil. Oh, okay, he's right by the rune house. Well, I know how to get to the rune house. Can do. There's no furnace at this one, I see. Shit, I forgot to bring a hammer. It's okay, bank's right behind me. Oh, I think this is, maybe this one's the best just because of how close it is to the bank. Okay. Just swap the hammer for the pickaxe, so I have to deposit all this stuff afterward anyway. We're doing arrow tips. That is 9 smithing right there. 7% per bar. We'll do a couple more mining trips. It looks like smithing level is a little bit slower than mining, but that's okay. Smithing 10. Bronze battle axe. Let's see what if I'm able to fletch. I don't know what I left behind in my bank. I'm going to clear some of these guys here. 60? No, it's not all of them, but it's some of them. Fletching level 6. Okay. Cool. Those are bolts. Okay, I see. Let's see, I'm using pink to mean consumable, white to mean rune. Let's use white to mean ingredient. Smithing 11. Bronze chainmail bodies. I want arrowheads because they're going to let me level fletching, but I'm just curious if I can get more XP by leveling something more complicated. How much do I get here? It's not worth it. I just wanted to make one just to know. Definitely feels like it's not worth it. I guess I could elk that, but screw it. will just dump it. Let's have fun with this. Let's ooh a piece of candy. I think that's going to make it tolerable if we're constantly rotating the skills that we're doing. So I'm going to inconspicuous crate easy. Not that, something else. Whatever. I'm not going to go straight back to mining. I'm actually going to pop outside, get a bunch of wood, and make arrow shafts. I think that'll be fun. That involves putting you back. Let's see, where's the axe? Taking you out. Bringing a bunch of feathers. I might at some point need to go look into better axes. Do that now while I'm chopping down trees. I think the next one I would care about... Oh, you know, I think... Did I actually get a steel axe? I may have had one drop. Let me go back and check. The next one I would care about, I think, is the mithril axe, and that's at 21 woodcutting. And it looks like I can, in fact, buy that from someone. Let's see. Oh, but he's in the woodcutting guild. Just let me guess, I can't get in there until I'm a higher level. Members only guild, level 60 in woodcutting. Okay, well, in that case, that is not happening. I did find a steel axe. Oh, that's why. I guess I should get out a knife too. I'll do that after I almost fill my inventory here. I don't think we can fletch oak stuff yet. I guess I haven't looked at those skills. Hey, woodcutting 17. Very, very cool. Bronze arrows, iron arrows. Arrow shafts, maple logs, oak logs. Oak logs is 15 fletching. Okay. And it looks like it just gets me more shafts. Like, shafts are shafts. I get more bang for my buck per log, I guess. This must be the benefit of the steel tool. Maybe I should grab a steel pickaxe before we get to 21. Let me see, where is this pickaxe merchant? The mithril axe is dropped by things. Or any of the things that I can handle. Woodcutting 18. Okay. Did find a source for the mithril axe. Requires... Oh, it requires Slayer 40 to kill. And a mirror shield, which we do have. Okay. Alright, so I might think about doing that once we get woodcutting to 21, if that happens in the process. Okay. So, first things first. I need to grab the knife out of here and properly label it. Grab these logs. Fletching 7. Fletching. I'm not used to that fanfare, it's pretty funny. Bronze brutal arrows. 8 fletching. These are the fun levels. Fletching 9. Bronze wooden crossbows and bronze crossbow bolts. Fletching 10. Don't even have time to mute. It's great. Longbows. Fletching 11. I'm excited to get to 15 so we can start cutting oak trees. Woodcutting 19. No information from the woodcutting tutor in Lumbridge. No idea what that means. Woodcutting guide. 20 is medium jungle. And light jungle. No idea where that is. Because we want to get to 21 woodcutting, at which point I'm going to see if we can get this mithril axe to drop from a basilisk. take a little bit of working because I need to get to Slayer 40. Currently Slayer 38. Fletching 12. "13 fletching. Close to being able to use oak logs. It's the dream. 14 fletching. Alright, now we're out of arrowheads, so let's do the whole thing all over again. We're gonna go back to the mine. We're gonna get 2 full inventories of bronze bars, craft them into tips until something breaks, until we hit some threshold that requires me to go do something else. Although I am going to go grab the pickaxes that I need here in a second. Let me deposit all this crap real quick. Get my well, let's see. Nermoff's pickaxe shop in the dwarven mine. Dwarven mine. Enters at Northeast Falador Mining Guild. Alright, Falador it is. Make sure that I have gear in case I have to avoid stuff. At least bring some food in case I get in trouble, right? Learn my lesson. Just occurred to me I should probably find somewhere I can stash some emergency teleport runes in case I ever die and leave all my teleport shit behind. It's gonna be the scariest corpse run ever. Agility shortcut, pan off. Who knows what level it was, but take it. Wonder what kind of ore is here. Oh, there's an anvil here. That's nuts. That would be convenient. I could just do everything here. Oh, don't tell me that's copper. So that's copper, and that's... copper. Is this tin? Oh my god, there's an anvil, like, right there. I could do it all here. Oh, wow. Okay. Because the arrowheads I want to make stacks, so I could just do it without leaving. Oh my goodness. That would be so cool. I didn't bring any fucking money, did I? God damn it. I guess I just wanted to see if I could get here. Oh, Leo, can you come and help Melilai? I've got some problem with some graves. Okay, I'll help with your grave. I think I remember how this works. Oh my god, I got a free bank while oh, no, it's not a free bank. It's a free deposit, but not a free bank. It's okay. I got all excited. We'll do this mini game. I'll teleport back to Falador. I'll grab money. Should be able to bring in only in exactly the money that I need. And also try to bring all the resources that I'll need to smelt and anvil all these bars. I should be able to do it and basically have infinite... just be able to stay down there until I get to 15 smithing, right? Easily. So one of them's like a woodcutter. Bell. Chef, probably. Hooray, I think this actually gives you emotes, because I got like some kind of zombie emote last time. Like a thriller emote or something. Zombie dance. Alright. So let me calculate exactly how much money I'm going to want here. Yes, please. So I want a steel, a mithril, an adamant, and a rune pickaxe. I need to bring 37,000 gold with me. No problem. It's actually not that long of a walk. I don't know where the bank is in Falador. Okay. West and then south. Love that I have this agility shortcut. It's awesome. Can't believe I was going to do this in Lumbridge. I didn't know that this was so convenient. See what else is in all these mines later. Steel, mithril, adamant, rune. I don't know which of those it's going to use, but I guess we're going to find out. It's so close to the anvils, oh goodness. I guess, like, under normal circumstances, it wouldn't be that helpful if you didn't have superheat items. You'd still need to be able to smelt it, right? So cool. Alright, we'll meet for a bit as we do this. And iron's right here, too. Wow. This can be our home for a little while. Right on. Mining 17. Funnily enough, Magic 57. Smithing 12. Getting there. Once we get to 15, that changes everything. We can do iron, which I'm very excited about. God damn it, I need a hammer, don't I? There aren't any out here, are there? It would be too convenient. Thought I'd see if maybe I'd be so lucky that there was just a hammer lying around down here somewhere, right? That's a vice. Shoot. Well, one more stupid run. I guess I can dump some of these pickaxes and get more space for doing this, which is probably a good idea anyway. Smithing 13. So it's going to take a little while because it looks like we need to have like a full inventory of bars to get one level of smithing now, but maybe with the smelting it'll help a little bit, we'll see. Mining level 18. Just occurred to me I'm going to have to stop back by Varrock to get more nature runes at some point, but it shouldn't be the end of the world. Mining 19. 2 more to the mithril pickaxe. Smithing 14. 1 more until we can do iron, which is very... Okay, I think it's going to be one more, like I said, one more trip full of bronze bars. Yeah, smithing is much slower than mining, so mining will generally be ahead of smithing, even if I'm mining materials that are too low for my skill level in order to keep funding smithing. That's okay. Still isn't, like, brutally slow. Probably still looking at, like, 6 minutes or less per level like we had for agility way back in the day. I think what I said was we're going to get to 30 mining and 30 smithing, and once we've done that we will go look for quests that award smithing and mining XP. Actually, while I'm at it, I might try to get 30 fletching and 30 woodcutting, because I feel like those are all kind of a circle of skills that connect back onto each other. And if I end up going for 30 woodcutting, then I'm going to want to get a mithril axe. And doing that's going to require a little bit of Slayer skilling up. So we've got a nice little a piece of candy trek ahead of us that shouldn't involve the use of any mithril gear. It's just going to be magic gear, so it's not distracting too far from our goal. Mining 20, one more level, and we can do a mithril pickaxe. I wonder how fast that's going to be on these ores here. Smithing 15, get hype. Iron ore and iron daggers. Radical. Alright, we're going to keep going here. I am going to be out of nature runes soon. So once I deplete those, I'm going to warp to Varrock, buy another chunk of them. And we'll come back here and start doing iron stuff. Very cool indeed. We definitely need to get iron arrow tips. It's pretty high priority. I'm actually not sure how smelting these works. If I can just do one at a time, I guess we'll see. Oh, it's only one. That's cool. I was reading that apparently there's a 50% chance to fail when smelting iron ore under normal circumstances, but superheat item never fails. So that's another benefit to leveling up magic before doing this. It's about double the speed of the next tier of smithing. Mining 21, now we can use the mithril pickaxe. Fuck yeah. I assume it just uses the thing furthest on the left? Yeah, it does. Perfect. Oh god, that's so fast. Oh, it was just random chance. Okay. I was like, no way. Alright, so I need to find out when exactly we can make... 16 smithing, by the way. When exactly we could make iron arrowheads, because I might want to set aside all of my iron bars until then, rather than smith other stuff now. Let me take a look here, hold on. Iron swords, iron nails, iron arrowheads are at 20 smithing. Okay, so that's going to slow things down a teensy bit. Now we want to find an iron ore node that is as close to a bank as possible. But before that, we have to go to Varrock and buy some more nature runes. I'm going to do that first. In the meantime, I'm going to look up iron ore and see if there's one that's particularly close to a bank. Okay, here's our nature runes. Let's get 100 of them, 200 of them, 300 of them. Probably have to do another round of frog farming to finance this, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and superheat all these and deposit them, and then we'll get moving. Hopefully... Oh my god, we're at 23% magic. That's so stupid. I love it. 23% magic just from... 23% of the way to 58 magic just from smelting bars. That's crazy. Alright, apparently there's another mine a little bit west of Falador that has some iron ore nodes really close to a bank, so we'll go ahead and use that. Agility paying off! I love it so much. Oh, this might be these. I thought it was going to be inside like an actual dungeon, but this makes sense. Okay. In this case, I can probably deposit everything, including the... Well, no, because I'm trying to decide if I want to smelt them. It doesn't really matter about smelting them on the spot anymore for this one, right? Since I don't need two of the same kind of rock. We'll figure something out. It's mining 22. Smithing 17. Hopefully we can get smithing up to make the arrow tips just through smelting. That would be nice. I think we're still going to be doing iron for a while with smithing, if I understand it right. Although, let me try to understand that in advance. Smelting makes steel. Can't start making steel items until the 30s, though. Okay. 20 is when we get iron arrowheads, which is what we want. Okay, got it. Oh wow, yeah, that is pretty close. Cool. Mining 23. I think we get another mining upgrade at 31, which we will definitely get before hitting 30 smithing. Okay, so here's the plan. 30 smithing, 30 mining, which will happen automatically, obviously. 30 woodcutting, 30 fletching, probably in that order. And then we will get... Well, actually, no. Once we hit 21 woodcutting, we're going to take a break from that to go get Slayer to 40. And then with 40 Slayer, we're going to go kill basilisks to get a mithril axe. And then we'll do woodcutting to 30 and fletching to 30. Then we will do quests that award XP for those 4 skills. I think that'll probably introduce us to a whole bunch of quests. Oh, I'm so excited to be done with agility. There's so much we can do now. Agility and magic, too. Like, having all those teleports is just making life so much more convenient than it was before. No more walking for 10 minutes to get somewhere, you know? Mining 24. It's just flowing in right now. This is the feeling, the rush that I didn't want to skip through doing a quest and instantly jumping to like 30. So we'll do those quests. Maybe they'll jump us to like from 30 to like 33 or something. But not missing out on this. Full inventory of iron ore. We still weigh... How much was it? 42 kilograms. Good lord. With a full graceful set. Okay, so doing some napkin math here. We have 14 actions left on smithing. An action was one superheat item. So if it was, and we're 55% of the way there, so it probably takes about 28 items in order to get one smithing level up. So we probably need to have at least 3 stacks of iron ore. I'm going to go with 4 stacks of iron ore before we go ahead and withdraw stuff to start superheat iteming again. Shouldn't be that big of an inconvenience. So far, mining is like insanely fast compared to agility at the same level, right? I think it's maybe twice as fast per level. Interesting, because I feel like magic started to get comparable. It might just be the rate at which you earn XP. Speaking of which, there's 25 mining. What do we get at 25? More information. Oh shit, I just got a ruby. I didn't know you could get those from mining. Right on. I think it's not worth... No, it's 1380. Not bad. Mining 26. Next big thing we want, I think, is 31 for the next level of pickaxe. Mining 27. We're gonna get 31 soon. Alright, we're gonna run these back, and we're going to smelt them with superheat item. What else am I doing with my life? See if that's enough to get us to 20 smithing. It's probably gonna be like one more trip to get more iron ore. I would hazard. Smithing 18. I think we'll need at least one more trip, but that's okay. Smithing 19. Keep on trucking. Oh, actually, you know, maybe we'll be okay. Let's see. $20 smithing. That was extremely fast. just from smelting too. So now we can find thing and do iron arrowheads. Let's finish smelting what I've got. Turn it all into bars. I'll see if I can track down an anvil that's near a bank. I'd like to point out that we are 56% of the way from 57 to 58 magic by smelting. Basically no effort, basically free in terms of time. And like, I'm remembering going from 57 to 58 agility and not doing multiple other things at the same time. It's okay. I think starting with agility, the only way I could have ended up less spoiled would be if I had started with rune crafting, which I hear everyone says is completely miserable. Maybe if I had started with rune crafting, let's see, Varrock is where we want to go. Fire, air, water, and dirt. Fire, air, and law. Every other skill is going to seem super easy compared to agility, I guess is what I'm saying. Glad we knocked it out first. I feel so great about the rest of the game. Like, I'm honestly having a complete blast right now. It is 100% the South Park episode with the, okay, now we can finally play the game. That is me IRL. Alright, let's smelt a shitload of iron arrowheads. This is gonna take a while. One of these days I'm gonna remember to get a fucking hammer. At least this time the bank is like right here. For some reason I just assume I shouldn't need it. 21 smithing. Let's do 22. Smithing 22. Smithing 23. 30 doesn't look that far off. And then we're going to do a whole bunch of other stuff. And I eventually want to do a bunch of quests related to that. Oh hey, talk to Miles. What's this guy's deal? This is a fish. Give me some gold. Okay, thanks dude. I think I'm going to complete the circle here and also see if I can level up crafting at around the same time. But I have no idea what goes into crafting. I've got a bit of an intuition for woodcutting, fletching, smithing, and mining. So I might have to do some basic research to figure out what to do there. The idea is I want to make some of those necklaces and stuff that you use to that have charges, like for the Slayer one sounds really cool. And so does the magic attack necklace. Smithing 24. Let's get to 25. I don't know what we get then, but it sounds cool. It's probably a prerequisite for quests. Every now and then while I'm doing research on the thing I'm currently working on, I'll hit a brick wall and go, oh shit, I can't do that. It requires a quest. And the quest will have like 5 or 6 skill requirements. And those are kind of all over the place, so I feel like just getting a lot of skills to 30 is probably a good idea. In fact, I was going to say let's get everything to 30, but that might be a little crazy. Because the problem with getting everything to 30 is that once we've done that, we've tapped out all the fun, fast dopamine grinds. They're gone from the game. It slows down quite a bit after that, so... I guess it really starts to slow down at 40, and it really starts to slow down at 50, and it really slows down at 60, and I imagine it gets even slower as you go. But at the moment, everything's looking at Millhouse for all of these skills we want to play with. Oh, right, smithing 25. Yeah, we're starting to catch back up on mining. I think what it is like, when you're making bronze, bronze requires 2 ore for every bar, so you're automatically mining twice as much as you're smithing. That explains why you fall behind. I think that becomes true later. We start needing multiple ores per bar again, while mining might stay ahead. Also, I guess technically it should be 2 ores per bar for iron as well. The only reason it's not is because of superheat item, because we normally would have wasted half of the iron during smelting, right? I just got some wild deja vu. Why do I feel like I've done this before? Must have been a past life. Yeah, so we didn't quite catch up, but we closed the sizable gap that mining had. So smithing 26, mining 27. Not too far off now from 30. Oil lantern frames, that seems important. Where do we see that in this list? Maybe it's like combined with crafting or something like that. I don't see it in the list. Alright, that felt pretty good. So we got a bajillion arrowheads in the iron and sorry, I'm losing my mind here. In both the iron and bronze sets. So let us do a thing here. Yeah. The steel axe, we should probably move that. Where'd it go? There it is. Steel axe, the hammer back, no one wants that shit. Knife. That's everything, right? I think so. Alright, we're going to do a little bit more woodcutting and fletching. I'm going to stop woodcutting at 21 though, because that's when we get the mithril axe that we have to go farm for. $15 fletching, which opens up all sorts of stuff. We can now shave oak logs, which is really cool. And we can also make iron arrows, which I assume gives more fletching XP. So let's go cut some oak trees down. There's woodcutting 20. One more level and we go do this Slayer thing. Holy crap, I don't think I appreciated how much XP you get per oak log. That's nuts. You just hit a level up. I don't think I really appreciated how AFK woodcutting is eventually. Wow. This is kind of wonderful, actually. Alright, woodcutting 21, which means we're kind of blocked by Slayer through my own personal edict. Also, it gives me an excuse to do more Slayer. Plausible deniability. There is 16 fletching. So I think in retrospect, I should never have made bronze arrows. I should have... Well, I guess I'll use those for training range for a while, but I probably should have saved all of these just to combine with the iron for more XP. That's okay. Fletching, 17. Iron javelins. Holy shit, the XP per cast. It's like 9%. That's insane. Fletching, 18. Iron brutal arrows. Wow. What even... I don't know what that is. Maybe I can look it up real quick. Maybe it's a more interesting, better XP reward. Hold up. Iron brutal arrows. Iron brutal. Flighted ogre arrows and iron nails. Interesting. It's fletching 19. Easy peasy. Oh yeah, I burned up with like 4,000 feathers from grinding chickens early in the game. That was way back in the first session. It is now 63 hours later. We're finally using them, and we are burning them fast. Fletching 20. Oak short bows, okay. Mining 28. Next big threshold is 31 mining. So we can use, I think, the adamant pickaxe. Mining 29. We're going to get it. I think that's what we'll do. We'll get mining to 31, and then we'll do one round of iron ore mining at 31 with the new pickaxe, and then we'll smelt all of that and see where we land with smithing. So our goals are smithing 30, mining 30. Once we have those done, I can't do woodcutting 30 until I do this Slayer thing that I was talking about. Or I would prefer not to. I'd like to have the mithril axe for it. Mining 30. Excellent. I accidentally dismissed the pop-ups. I'm just clicking. Let's see. 30 means we can mine pure essence after Rune Mysteries quest, which is the thing we needed for that Mauritania unlock. Motherlode mine, lower level. No idea what that is. Oh, and coal. Okay. Guessing we need coal for steel, right? 31 is our new pickaxe, so we'll just grab it on the way back. There it is, mining 31, and I'm glad I didn't bring the pickaxe because we only had 4 slots left. But we're going to do one more round with the pickaxe, just to see if there's any noticeable difference. And then we'll smelt all this stuff, and then we'll craft all of it. It'll be great. Oh my god, I need an attack level of 30 to equip the adamant pickaxe. I think I can use it as a pickaxe, but I can't put it in my hand without an attack level of 30. Okay, so here's my thought on that. This is so exciting. Up to this point, whenever I felt like, oh, I want to go do something else, I'm like, no, I gotta do agility first. I gotta do agility, I gotta do magic, I gotta do agility, I gotta do magic. Now that shit's done. So I can ooh a piece of candy myself all the way to the end game. Alright, so here's the thought. I need 30 attack to wield the adamant pickaxe. And I want to wield it so that I get an extra slot when I mine, right? I mean, obviously. So, I was actually just thinking about crafting, and my understanding with crafting is that a great way to get started on it is to do leather, which we did gather quite a bit of cowhides, but probably not enough to get crafting to the point where we can't use leather anymore. So I think what I'll do is, after I smelt this ore and I smith it into something, I'm going to take all of my cowhides and do what I need to do with them to turn them into leather. I'm going to try to research how that works. And then we're going to turn on attack, grab the mithril scimitar, and just kill cows until 30 attack, so that I can wield this stupid pickaxe. I feel like I want to have 30 attack anyway for other reasons, and just to boost my overall combat level would be really nice, so that I'm not getting aggroed as much. Will make everything else easier. Try to fast forward through some of this. I'm having another Discord chat and slowing stuff down. I don't want to hit stop recording whenever I stop talk at Discord, because I can still kind of multitask, but because I'm working on maximizing that process. I did not intend to alch. I don't know how I misclicked that. I alched an iron ore instead of smelting it. It's a bummer. Smithing 27. Just from smelting. Very good. We're going to finish using up all these iron bars, and then we will call this VOD complete, our goal being leveling up smithing, right? And mining. So, lots coming up. I'll summarize all of that once this mining is done. So we'll go ahead and fast forward one more time, and I'll kind of let you know what's coming up in the next episode. Oh, and smithing 28. There it is. Smithing 29. Wow, we might actually get to finish this at smithing 30 once I make all these arrowheads. I was sad. I'm like, oh, we're going to have to end the VOD. It's at 64 hours. We're not going to quite get to the threshold I was aiming for. I think we might just barely get it, even with these nature runes. We're not going to quite be able to smelt all of the bars, but it will be enough, I think, to just barely hit 30. Very cool. $30 smithing. Very, very cool. Very cool indeed. Oh man. That's exciting. I set out today, after we finished agility, I said we're going to get 30 mining and 30 smithing, and then we're going to go questing. And it happened. Pretty quickly, too. Much more quickly than I was expecting. I thought this was going to be a agility level grind. Okay. Well, that changes everything. Here's the plan. Let's see, how many cowhides do I have? 204. Okay. Next session, we've got smithing to 30, we've got mining to 30. I would like to get woodcutting to 30. It's silly, but to get woodcutting to 30, I would like to have a mithril axe. To get that, I need to have Slayer to 40 in order to kill an enemy that drops a mithril axe, since I can't craft it for myself. So next session is going to involve several things. I'm not going to do the Slayer to 40 just yet. I would like to get crafting up as high as I can first. So the way we're going to do crafting is I'm going to take all of my cowhides, tan it into leather, make as much leather as we can, see what level that puts us at, see if we still can tap out leather. If we can tap out leather, we're going to take attack, and we're going to kill a bunch of cows. Even though we're way overpowered for cows, now we can run, because we've got the graceful set, and we've got all the stamina. We can kill millions of cows and bring all the leather back and run it back without ever having to walk. It's going to be fantastic. We'll maybe try to get attack to 30 in the process, and the reason I want attack to 30 is so that I can wield the adamant pickaxe, so that I can carry more bars. Once that's done, we will get Slayer to 40, and I'm going to intend to do Slayer to 40 probably by using magic. So getting Slayer to 40 is probably going to require that I farm some more swamp toads and sell them for money, so I can buy runes. So we'll get Slayer to 40. Once Slayer is 40, then we will hunt basilisks until we get our mithril hatchet. When we get our mithril hatchet, we'll take woodcutting to 30. Once woodcutting is 30, we should be able to easily get fletching to 30. Once all of those skills are 30, crafting, smithing, mining, woodcutting, fletching, then I will go on the wiki and I will find every quest that either has those skills as a prerequisite to begin, or skills that we've already gotten leveled up, or skills that reward XP for those skills that I just mentioned, and we will do all of those quests. And that is a plan that's probably going to take dozens and dozens and dozens of hours, possibly over 100 hours. So I am so pumped to have a plan that's going in all sorts of different directions starting today. Now that we're done with agility, it's not just, well, here's the plan, more agility next time. So stay tuned for the next video. It's gonna be bonkers. Have a good night.